Namaskara YouTube, ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ? How are you people doing? Hope you people are staying safe at your houses, at your homes during this quarantine time. I know it's quite a difficult stage to go through, but yes, for our safety and for the safety of all of our fellow citizens, we'll have to go through this difficult period. So at this time of quarantine, there is no rides that I'm taking up. So there are no new places to explore. However, I have come up with a DIY video for you guys. That is something that you can do it yourself without leaving the safety of your home. So today's video will be about how to lube the chain of your bike, which is quite an important thing. I see that many of the riders or many of the commuters for that sake miss out on this part. Somehow the chains of their bikes are dry, and it is not in a very lubed state, which is not good at all for a bike. So today I will be showing you the tips and tricks that I use for my bike to lube the chain of my bike, or and to clean the chain as well. Watch the full video to know how I lube the chain of my bike, and let's get on to the job. So the things that I use to clean my bike's chain is WD-40. Yes, this might be a surprise entry when it comes to chain cleaning, because most of them use a chain cleaning lube either from 3M, Muck-Off, or from M.O.W. But yeah, there is a reason that I use WD-40, and I'll tell you why I use WD-40 further in this video. And the next thing I use is the M.O.W. chain lube. Yeah, you can see it says it's for O-ring, X-ring, and Z-ring as well. So this is the M.O.W. chain lube I use. This is the actual lubing spray. WD-40 just acts as a cleaning part, and this is a chain cleaner brush. As you can see, this is to clean the chain. So as you guys can see, the chain is not completely as lubed as it has to be. The rings, the O-rings are quite dry. However, you can see a little bit of grease or a lube here and there, but there is definitely a lot of dust. We will clean the chain in three parts. One will be the top of this chain, this part, and the other is the bottom, that will be this part, and the third is this. So we will be cleaning the chain at these three levels using this particular brush. So this brush can be used to clean the chain here. So this brush can also be used to clean the chain this way. So this is how it will grab and it will clean, and the same goes for top of the thing as well. These three ways it can be used to clean the chain. And this part of the brush used to clean these corners which are here, and all such corners to remove the dust. So what I'll be doing is I will be switching on my bike and putting it to the first gear. So now the chain is in motion, and I'll be spraying some WD-40 to the chain. So the trick here is, when you are cleaning the top part of the chain, rotate your wheel this way, that is the anti-clockwise. The reason we have to rotate the tire anti-clockwise is, if you rotate it clockwise, then your brush moves to the inside part. See, so that is what happens. So when you are cleaning the top of the chain, rotate your tire anti-clockwise, and the brush, even if it moves, it will come to this extent only. So that is one trick. So we will stick this brush and we will clean. And now to the down part of the chain. So when cleaning the down part, rotate your tire clockwise. So what happens is, if you rotate it anti-clockwise, as you can see, I'm rotating the tire anti-clockwise and the brush goes here. So rotate the tire clockwise and clean the chain. So now we'll be cleaning this part of the chain. Unfortunately, my stick broke. It was quite old. I'd used the stick for 2 years, and now it broke. What a day! I'm shooting a DIY video and this happens. Nonetheless, I can still use this part and this part to clean this face of the chain. So let's just clean it. So as you can see, I do not have any kind of dust for now, but I definitely do have the wetness of the WD-40. WD-40 is a slightly sticky spray, so you definitely would see that the chain looks like it's already lubed. So this is another angle for you guys. This is how the chain looks. I will use this kind of cloth to clean this chain. I would strongly suggest not to use rag cloth that comes in the thread form, that comes like a bunch of threads. So I would definitely not suggest using them. Use a cloth like this. So the reason being, the thread can get stuck somewhere in between these links, chain links. So I would rather suggest using this this kind of cloth, or a t-shirt cloth, to clean the chain. So the first step was to wash the bike. The second step was to use WD-40 and the chain cleaning brush to remove the dust and other stuff. And the third step is to use a t-shirt material or a cloth material to clean the chain. Let me focus on the chain. There isn't that thick slime of the WD-40 that was there before. Dust particles which would have escaped from the brush has been cleaned by the rag cloth, and there is just a small remnant of WD-40. So we are done with cleaning the chain using WD-40. So there is just one last step that remains, that is using the chain lube to spray it on the chain. So before we go to that, I'll tell why I used WD-40 to clean the chain. So WD-40 acts as a double agent. It cleans the dust from the chain, and it also acts as an anti-rusting agent. So that is one of the reasons I've used WD-40 on my chain, so that whenever the chain is exposed to dust and to all the other elements of the environment like moisture, water, etc., there is no rust that is formed on the chain. As you can see, it is not too much of an amount that I've used, but I just have a light layer of WD-40 that is on my chain, and upon that I'll be spraying the chain lube, and that will be the last part of the chain cleaning and lubing DIY video. So let's spray the chain lube. I'll do it in 3 parts as well. So once that is done, I'll switch on my vehicle and put it in the first gear, so that the chain moves and the lube spreads all across. So let's do the last part, and I'll get back to you guys. So we will be spraying the chain lube on the top first. So Here it goes. And then I'll be doing it at the bottom. And lastly, I will be spraying the chain lube over here. You guys can see clearly now how wet my chain is. So I don't know if you actually observed much, but I did not use much of the chain lube. One of the reasons being I already have a WD-40 on my chain, so that itself keeps the chain wet to an extent. And I repeat this particular exercise of cleaning and lubing the chain every 500 to 800 kilometers once. That is when I wash my bike. I usually wash my bike after a long ride or after 800 kilometers. So that is when I repeat this exercise of cleaning and lubing the chain. So I haven't used much, but I have enough grease on my chain to keep it wet and to keep it running. So now let's switch on the vehicle and put it on first gear so that this runs through the chain, takes a few good spins, and yeah, that will be end of the video.
You stole